MONAD price is absolutely going crazy, doing unbelievable things. In today's episode, we are going to be talking about the MONAD crypto price prediction for the next 24 to about 72 hours. And we are also going to be going behind the hood and just basically seeing what is happening to the MONAD blockchain explorer, because there's a lot of things that are happening. There's a lot of moving pieces in the background that a lot of you might be excited about, because what I'm fascinated about is not only just the price but also the internal happenings of the blockchain URL. So anyhow, if you guys are interested, without further ado, I go by the name of Muna, and feel free to hit the like button and subscribe as well. Okay, so the price of Monad is slightly under 3 cents. Today we are down by about 9.6%. If you watched yesterday's episode, we talked about this particular structure. It shouldn't even be anything that you would be doubting at this particular moment. And as we talked about in yesterday's episode, this particular level is acting as major support. And this is obviously stemming from the previous bearish order blocks right over here. So what does this information tell us about the future of Monad? In the comment section, please let me know what this particular rejection means and how it is going to determine how you're going to move forward from this particular level. Okay, I want to hear your answer in the comment section below. Anyhow, what this suggests to me is, first of all, we produced a higher high in comparison to this previous breakdown right over here. The reason why this is significant is, at least as of now, we stand a chance to see further continuation towards the upside, depending on how crazy this downward momentum is. One good thing is we did experience a higher high. We broke above this particular resistance right over here, and it sort of gives opportunity for more upside. However, even though we got rejected at this level, right, it's still a technical high, which can mean an uptrend switch. So what I'm looking forward to is, I do not want the price to break below 0.27. So this particular area right over here is going to be a very, very important one. So let me just use a demarcation and just basically a horizontal line to signify the level which we should not go below. So the reason why I'm aiming for this direction is because this is the anchor point prior to the breakdown at this level. Since we had a lot of momentum to break above it, if we had very little momentum, right, we wouldn't have gone above this level, but we ended up blowing past it. And now this level, if we get to these lows, we should bounce very fast and we shouldn't stay here for a long period of time. However, I do understand that there are nodes that are forming right over here, and these are crazy nodes. This particular development right over here, I hope you guys can see it. So let me just get rid of that and let me show you. There's a lot of number of contracts that are being sold. So now that we are having a lot of contracts being bought and sold, we have to evaluate who's doing the majority of the selling. Is it the buyers or the number of increased sellers at this particular moment? So depending on the momentum that we're going to have, let's say for example we end up pushing towards the upside, then we are going to know that, okay, these contracts are being controlled by the buyers, therefore the price is going to go towards the upside. However, if we see a sustained drop in the price for the next 24 to about 72 hours, and if we go back to this level, it means the sellers are in control. So remember those guys, remember the airdrop recipients, remember the people who've been bag holding Monad, the pre-sale the pre-sale participants, and these people that got in early, they are controlling the selling. So if there's more selling pressure, then expect not much to happen as far as Monad is concerned. So right now, the best scenario is us going back to this level and hitting our heads against this bearish order block right over here and finding our way into our line of resistance here. This is the ultimate scenario. We break above it, okay, this and that sort of resistance, getting rejected there, then coming back and just basically hovering into this line of support. As long as we are above 3 cents, we stand a higher chance of doing very well. The alternative scenario is us relying on this horizontal line. So let me go back to the horizontal line and show you the alternative scenario. So if we come back below this level, we get overwhelmed with the selling pressure, we bounce, we go back again, we bounce, we just bounce within this particular ranging period. That is a very, very bad sign, and I wouldn't hold my MONAD tokens very well. So everything depends on these two scenarios. The better scenario is us going towards this level and trading higher. Then we are potentially going to see the prices get higher. Okay, so please let me know, amongst the two scenarios, what is most likely to happen in the next 24 to about 72 hours? Please let me know in the comment section below. Anyhow, I also wanted to share with you what is happening with MONAD Vision right over here. This is like behind the scenes. This is a representation of what is happening with the MONAD blockchain. So right now we have about 35,898,290 transactions that are being done in 24 hours, which honestly speaking is not really that bad. So if we compare the market cap of MONAD, that's around 309. So basically we're doing about a tenth of the market cap, which is not really bad. So if you look at the fully diluted valuation, it's around 2.8 billion. So I would really love it if we had a tenth of the FDV. If we had 285 million transactions, that would represent a much more healthier sort of set up. So if you take a look at 35 million transactions, that's like 1/100th of the fully diluted valuation. So what does this mean? This means there's a lot of there's less transaction in comparison to the value of the blockchain. What does that mean? It means there isn't a lot of activity with the apps being created and generated on MONAD. So, for example, if we take a look at the Solana Explorer, right, what can we deduce if we take a look at the stats of the Solana Explorer? So if we go to explorer.solana, we have these stats coming through. So in the past 24 hours, we've obviously had the transaction count. We've obviously had 468. Is that billion? 468 billion or million? It should be 468 billion transactions, and the TPS is around 3,610. So basically, 466 should be billion or million. Please let me know in the comment section below, because this is really moving way too fast. And if we take a look at the market cap and the FDV of Solana, what do we see? So if we take a look at the market cap of Solana, the FDV is around 87 billion. Okay, so 87 billion. And if you take a look at the number of transaction counts, I really believe this is 468 million. So yeah, this is like roughly it's a better stat. It shows that there's more activity in comparison to the blockchain of MONAD. There's way much more activity based on the FDV and the market cap when it comes to Solana in comparison to MONAD Explorer. Yeah, but that is quite understandable because MONAD just recently went public recently, so there's a lot of catching up to do. But anyhow, that was just for your comparisons sake. So if we also take a look at the leading apps, we've got nad.fun, which happens to be doing very well. So there's about 91,151. So nad.fun is like the equivalent of pump.fun. So if we go to Solana, what is the leading app on Solana? So let's take a look at that. Do we have that type of information? So programs, what do we have? What do we have? Dev tools, shrimp tools, Uniswap dev tools. Okay, I'm looking for pump.fun stats, and I'm just trying to compare what we have in comparison to that. But anyhow, you guys can check out this information and you would be able to like guesstimate like what is generating more transactions. But of course, this is obviously incomparable, and hopefully we're going to see a lot of build up in projects such as nad.fun. We're going to see more increased activity so that we can have a better performance of nad.fun. So as you can see, the trending coins on nad.fun are Seahog, Moncoke, MONAD plus NADs, the ones that I talked about. So this is what's happening. So there's quite a lot of room to grow and to go as well. So what we have to look at is whether the price is going to sustain the interest when it comes to the community. Is the price of MONAD going to sustain itself, increase in value, therefore increase the community to participate and just basically take keen interest in MONAD? So these are the things that we're going to be discovering. These are extremely early days. And to all those of you who are watching us in the future, what happened to the price of MONAD? Please let me know in the comment section below. That's all I had for you. Let me know what you're doing, how profitable you are, and how you're planning to play the markets, the markets when it comes to MONAD. Talk to you a little bit later. It's been your boy Mona, aka Beyond 10X. You guys have been awesome. Bye.